I'm Shirley Farrar, and this is Encouragement on Fire. Welcome to the space. Hi everyone, it's Shirley Farrar, and this is Encouragement on Fire. Today we are talking about chronic fatigue, and I wanted to talk to you, person to person about this particular disease. It has affected many people that I know personally. And some people, I honestly believe that they probably should go to the doctor, but we're always walking in that disbelief that, no, that's not quite what it is. It's something else, or I just need to get some medicine, or I need to just get this sleep. But don't you want to know, if you are a person that's always exhausted all the time, and you're feeling drained, it would be great to know, well, what are the symptoms? What is it that I need to address? So the first thing I need to say is, if you have chronic fatigue, the official name is myalgic encephalomyelitis. I know I pronounced it just a little incorrectly, but I got as close as possible. Or we will for short say ME, but also chronic fatigue syndrome is CFS. So I can refer to either one as we're talking. But one of the things, the symptoms that we really need to focus on is that, it comes on very sudden, and it never goes away. You ever feel like, you're just tired all the time and you just can't get around it? You're literally trying to recover, trying to get sleep all the time. Well, this might be you. You have to go and see your doctor. And then, did you know that it's diagnosed 2 to 4 times more often in women than it is in men? That makes sense to me, but that's just me. And then some of the symptoms are, again, severe chronic fatigue diagnosed by your doctor. More than 4 symptoms that you would have would be short-term memory. That could be anything. That's why we have to go see our doctor. Also could be sore throat. Sounds like could be a cold or flu, right? But when you have a combination of different symptoms, then the doctor has you do blood tests and other things. So the other one is tender lymph nodes. That's important. Finding out if your lymph nodes, if it's very sore, and there's lymph nodes all over, so you need to be mindful of that, but only your doctor knows which of those lymph nodes they are actually addressing, okay? But I'm pretty sure there could be a combination of various lymph nodes throughout the body. And then there could be muscle pain without swelling or redness. So be mindful of that. And then unrefreshing sleep. Again, going to bed and waking up and still tired. That's something that we all have gone through. But if you're a person that it's the norm for you, you really should reach out to your doctor and just not assume that this is just, it's not really a big deal. It could be a big deal. And then some of the other causes, let's see. They said that the causes are unknown. It could be multiple reasons why this is happening to you. And the only way you're going to do this to find out if you have chronic fatigue is to actually start to write down your patterns on paper. I think we talked about this in other podcasts. Start to write down the information that is needed for this. Write down those. I lost sleep on this day. I was able to catch a nap here, but when I woke up from my nap, I wasn't refreshed. Like, the doctor needs to hear more than just you coming in saying that. They need to know on weeks in or on months in, how has this been progressing? Okay. All right. So also, this is something that is definitely common in people who are in their 40s and in their 50s. So I'm not saying that if you're younger, this is not going to happen to you. It's just more common in people that are old. Okay. All right. So we're getting ready to do our Encourage Minute. We'll be right back. All right, everybody, this is Encourage Minute, and I want to talk to you in regards to what are some of the things that you can do in order for you not to have chronic fatigue or to kind of maneuver through this while you're talking to your doctor. All right, so the first thing is you got to know if you have chronic fatigue, there is no cure, according to the doctor. And you know me, I'm going to tell you, you need to pray. And anything you do, you need to put it all in prayer. And you need to do the work. Faith without works is dead. So we're going to do both. So you first need to maintain good health. That is so important. And what does that look like? First of all, in the eyes of your doctor, what do they say? What is good health? You need to know their definition. And then you need to know your body. What does good health look like on you? Everybody cannot be the same weight. Everybody cannot eat the same foods. There are certain foods that you can eat that are healthy for you. There's a certain amount of rest that your body needs. I didn't say sleep. I said rest that your body needs. Mental health, right? That your body needs. So always remember, diet and exercise are going to go hand in hand for you to be better at anything you do. And we want to avoid caffeine if you can throughout your diet, but preferably in the evening or when you're about to take a rest. Because sometimes people work at night, but they're up in the morning, right? Or vice versa. You have to go to sleep in the day. So knowing what your time frame is, that is it. And trying to make sure, and I'm getting ahead of myself, going to bed at the same hour all the time. We'll discuss that in a minute. But as I was saying, make sure that you avoid heavy meals before you're about to sleep. That is so important. But we talked about the food. What is it that you need to be eating that could honestly help you to sleep better? So some of those foods would be bananas, kiwi, walnuts, almonds, oily fish, and also milk and oatmeal. I didn't know some of those things would help you to sleep at night or sleep when you need to sleep. And then on top of that, as we said, making sure you're going to bed the same hour. Now, what if you go to bed and you just can't get to sleep in about 20 minutes, 30 minutes? Then it is recommended that you get up and you do something relaxing and then you try it again and repeat until it works. Try to create a restful environment. The other thing is you may want to try massages. Now, there are certain types of massages that help to promote rest, and that is deep tissue massage as well as sports massage. Who knew that there was two different types? In addition to that, both of them help to increase serotonin levels, which then produce more melatonin, which help you to fall asleep. Isn't that wonderful news? So you want to try those things. Another one is yoga, right? Yin yoga and restorative yoga. All of these things promote better sleeping. In addition to that, there's other yogas that you can look up. Pharmacological therapy. There are some medications that will relieve symptoms, but again, there are no medications that are a cure. So you have to be mindful of that. And then the last thing I would say to you is to make sure that you have support groups. So we're getting ready to go back into our session so we can talk about some of the support groups before we end for today. All right, everybody. So support groups are the last thing that I want to say to you today. It is so crucial, no matter who you are, that you have an inner circle of support groups, making sure that the individuals that are around you have your regimen. Okay, so before we go outside, because I'm going to give you a couple of different support groups, but before we even do that, making sure that the people in your house understand that this is a disease, this is something that you're going through, and you're trying to correct it the best way you know how. So if everyone knows that you have a certain sleep pattern, everybody gets on board within your home, right? Nobody's going to be blasting loud music when you're trying to sleep because, again, you won't be able to sleep. Making sure that maybe you're wearing noise canceling, headphones, or, they have different sleep aids at night to help, to so you won't be hearing all the noises in your community and other. Trying to do those things first. So you're going to get your family on board. You're going to try some of those different things when you're sleeping to make sure that's well before we even go to medications, because we know we said medications, but sometimes it's those practical things that are going to help us to be more consistent in what we need to do. And then as far as the support groups, we have always the U.S. Center for Disease Control and Prevention, National Center for Infectious Disease. You would just go to your website, internet, and just type that in. They will have information on chronic disease, as well as Medline Plus or the NIH National Library of Medicine. They always have great information. So if you just Google, go on there and get some information. And then lastly, this one gives you a list in your community. So if you really want a specific group that you can get on board with, this is really going to be helpful. Go to the American ME and CFS Society. And if you want to go directly to the website, it is ammes.org. And if you go there, they have multiple support groups in your community that you can discover online and click on them. I'm pretty sure there's some in person, but they have a lot of them online that can really help you in your process. Okay? So as always, I never want to be before you too long, but I always want you to be encouraged, because that's what Encouragement on Fire is all about. Giving you some information that you can take personally, or you can take to someone else in your community, your family, and encourage them to maybe add something to their daily regimen that's going to put them in a better position. Okay? All right. I'm Shirley Farrar, and this has been Encouragement on Fire. I'll talk to you soon.